Mitchell stayed awake most of the night. Despite the fact that he's been in the military for a long time, the new trip to the sea worried him a lot. On the eve, there were serious exercises. At 16, he already became a cadet of the naval school, and from the age of 18, he began to go out to sea. He was now holding an important post on one of the main destroyers of the fleet. Mitchell loved the sea and his job. After all, his main purpose in life was to serve his country. He always walked to the pier before going out to sea. One day, walking along an empty beach, he noticed a strange movement in the water. Someone was trying to get out of the water. It was a girl. She was drowning in eerie silence. As luck would have it, there was no one around. Even the rescue post was empty for some reason. Without a second thought, Mitchell rushed to rescue her. He was an excellent swimmer, so he immediately grabbed her and rolled over onto his back so that she could breathe. She was completely exhausted and lost consciousness. He swam ashore and gave her first aid. "Can you hear me?" he asked. The stranger nodded in agreement. The man immediately called the doctors. He stayed with her until they arrived. Mitchell then raced to the port. He was greeted with all the strictness. The ship had left without him. This was a serious offense. Mitchell was immediately fired. But that wasn't the worst. The officer who replaced Mitchell was not as experienced as he was. So during the exercises, his ship couldn't cope with the task. After what happened, they wouldn't leave him alone now. Mitchell was watching the news as they reported what happened on the beach. A man rescued a person, letting down many others, but he didn't regret it. Human life was more important for him than a career. He was very surprised when a couple of days later, the admiral called him and summoned him. There was that girl in the office next to the admiral. She was his daughter. They recently had an argument and hadn't been talking to each other for a long time. On the day of the exercises, she hurried to the port to apologize to her father. But she stumbled, and her purse went flying into the water, together with her documents and money. She tried to grab them, but fell in the water. If not for Mitchell, she would have drowned. "Thank you, son. No violations and misconduct will overshadow this act. After what you did, I don't see our army without a hero like you. Return to your ship." "Thank you, sir. This is a great honor for me." Mitchell was happier than ever. There are people who are ready to sacrifice a lot for the sake of life and well-being of others. And they are the kindest and most reliable people.